Hey there, I'm David. You can call me Doodleslice if you like. I'm gonna make a drawing for you. As I often do when I draw, I like to start with a bird. They make me happy. And I draw an awful lot of bunnies. We have pet bunnies. Well, we've only got one now. We used to have two. We had a sweet little Dutch bunny named Luna, and sadly she passed away a few months ago. But we still have a funny lop named Bialy, and Bialy's a very curious little fella. But whether or not, I drew bunnies before I actually had pet bunnies, and something about, I don't know, Aesop's fables and the bunny and the hare, and I like the kind of openness that you get when you see a bunny. For some reason, I think they're very disarming, and something about that makes them kind of fun to look at, and you can sort of slip in some thoughts, do something maybe a little surprising. I like art that has, a sense of surprise and delight. I think a lot of art out there is a little too serious and maybe just a little too, I don't know, grown up. And sometimes when you can make something a little different, just sort of suits you a little better, suits me a little better anyway. I hope you like it. But there's something about just mixing things up a little, throwing the unexpected, see where it takes you. So this is just a little experiment. I've made a couple of other videos of me drawing and talking, but each time I kind of mess around with the format, so I haven't really found one that I'm liking. This isn't bad, but I'm kind of hugging the camera here, which is a little strange in terms of it kind of gets in the way a little bit of moving my hand around. And I do like to make drawings that are very much about freedom to flow, freedom to move your hand, freedom to let what's kind of brewing inside kind of sneak out and find its way into what you're drawing. And I don't always go into these with a lot planned. Sometimes I do. I like to explore. But every line you put on a page changes the page. Every stroke, every marker or line kind of removes some possibilities and adds others. And to me, that's kind of part of the excitement. I'll be honest. A lot of things you can develop through technique, and it's a wonderful practice making art. But there's something kind of exciting to me when you get into this realm where it's just kind of exploration, and you just sort of see where things go. So here we are, looking for surprises, looking for assistance, risking overworking what we do, and in the end, sorry about that, just trying to find something kind of fun and pleasing, and maybe something that opens up a feeling inside. Because I think art should connect with people. And color, I think, is one of the things that really connects with folks. And I kind of take a rough shot approach to color. I don't get too hung up on, sometimes maybe a little fussy about where the lines begin and end, but, this isn't a coloring book. This is just expression. It's one reason why I call these doodles. I was talking with someone the other day, and they said, maybe if you called them something other than doodle, it sounded more serious, And I'm like, no, because I think doodle to me speaks to the openness. And the openness is, besides being part of the fun, is also, I think, part of what connects and what allows feelings inside to kind of transcend your intentions and find their way here onto the page. Because we get too hung up, we get too tight, we get fussy, and I don't know, I guess I'm just not about that. As fussiness can kill creativity as fast as it can, spur it, I guess. And listen, your mileage may vary. I do what I find useful for me, but it's not necessarily going to be what works best for you. It's a funny thing too, talking and drawing. Like a whole different, you gotta kind of let things happen. Breathe. It's so easy to forget to breathe in so many things. Breathing, though, is how we live. And I think there should be a connection between how we live and how we make art and how we consume art. I don't always explain everything. Maybe sometimes I over-explain things. It's weird, you can be making a drawing and before you realize it, you've got 20 markers in your hand and you don't know where they all came from. But I guess that's the fun of creating, finding, believing. I try, when I sit down with one of these, it starts with making marks, but I try to put something here that I can believe in and just kind of feel it honestly, let it breathe. And I guess that's why, sometimes I'll get obsessed about doing a certain thing in a very particular way, and other times it's just like, let it go, because that's not where the breadth of it is. That's not where the life of it is. And it's like, get rid of those things that are in the way, but don't get so hung up that you congest the part that's fresh. And draw a pink tree. I don't know. I think surprise yourself. And one of the nicest things that I sometimes get people say to me is that drawings I've made have inspired them to start drawing again, to start drawing for the first time. And that makes me happy, because I think opening yourself to art is a very enriching experience. And you know, regardless, you don't need any special ambitions as an artist, you know, or even get hung up on those words, but just let something inside you find a way out. And you might just delight yourself, and if you just delight yourself, it was worthwhile. If you delight someone else, doubly so. And maybe in that, you just add a couple more smiles to the world. So anyway, I think I'm done with this one. I hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed hanging out with me, and see you again soon.